Hey, y'all. So I know you know how important email marketing is, right? Right. But how exactly do you build relationships with email marketing? That's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, when you think about email marketing, instead of thinking about growing your email list, why don't you think about growing your relationships with your subscribers? Okay, one of the best ways to do that is to help them get to know you. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to tell them your life story, but tell them some interesting things about you. One of the ways that I like to do this is in a top 10 list or kind of a 10 things you didn't know about me list. It can be any number and it can be whatever topic. You could even do my 10 favorite books or something like that, but just something, a little nugget that they can latch onto and relate to you through, right? So if they've read that book, they'll be like, oh, that is a great book. I didn't know that so-and-so liked this book. So think about ways you can help them get to know you better. You can, if you want to, talk about your family. Some people choose not to. I do a little bit, but I just don't share like photos and stuff. Some people talk about their businesses. Tell them a little bit about your origin story. Give them an idea of where you're coming from and where you've been so that they can understand why you are an authority in your space and why they should know, like, and trust you, right? All right, another reason for you to grow your email list, grow your relationships through your email list is, or another way to do this is to get to know them, right? So ask them questions about themselves. Now, is every subscriber going to respond? No, of course not. But if you send out a survey, maybe 10% of your subscribers respond, but that 10% may give you a really good idea of the sort of the temperature of your audience, right? So think about things like surveys. You can even incentivize them by doing like a drawing for an Amazon gift card or something like that. People will do anything for the chance to win something. It's crazy. Or if you're using a platform that does it, consider link tracking. So link tracking is functionality that a lot of email platforms have, and I use it particularly in ActiveCampaign, but you can ask a simple question. For example, what do you like better, apples or oranges? If you're a farmer, maybe that's a really important question for you to ask. And instead of them having to hit reply and respond, or instead of them having to go click and submit a survey, you can create a link in your email, or you'd really need two of them. And through that link, when they click on that link, you can have it add a tag to their contact record in your software. And that tag could say apples, or that tag could say oranges. And then all of the people who clicked apples, you could send them specific information about apples if they wanted it, right? So they didn't have to go through and give you a lengthy diatribe on their favorite fruits. All they had to do was simply click a link, and then you've gathered a little bit of information about them that you can then use to segment and then target more effectively to their interests. So what about another way that you can engage with your email subscribers? Well, one thing is tell them how you can help them. A lot of times as a copywriter, a lot of people don't even really understand copywriting, right? I have a lot of people ask me if I can help them copyright their work. I'm like, that's not even close. You don't want me helping with that. So tell them about what you do. Now that may look like sort of a description of your services. That may look like a story that you tell them about a client, kind of where they were and then where they are now. It may look like a testimonial, or it may just be, maybe it's a video that you can share with them on, on a particular topic that is a really, it's a really hot topic with your audience. So make sure they know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. Don't just assume that they do. Go ahead and spell it out. If they already know, then it's good reinforcement. If they didn't know before, after they read your email, now they will. Also, and I mentioned this a second ago, share resources, right? We talk about sharing value, but what does value mean? What we're talking about there is sharing ideas, sharing solutions, sharing references or resources that other people, might have, for example. But if you can share resources that you have created, it keeps them sort of in your world, right? So maybe it's sharing a YouTube video. Maybe it's sharing a recording of a masterclass that you've done. Maybe it's a different freebie that, these people didn't get. But think about how you can solve even a small problem for your subscribers right now without taking them through a whole bunch of hoops, right? They don't have to subscribe again. They've already subscribed. And you can just give them something with, as my mentor says, an open hand, right? You're not taking anything from them. You are giving them value. And as you give them value, they will start seeing you as an authority in the field, right? It increases your credibility. But also, if you help them solve a problem they were having, that is just going to draw you closer to them. They are going to trust you more. They're going to have an affinity for you, if you will. So share resources. If you don't have any resources yet, that's okay. You can share resources that you trust from people that you trust. Obviously, that anytime we share something with, that somebody else creates, we then create a connection between us and them. And you just want to make sure that you're confident in that connection. Don't just share something randomly you found on the internet. Introduce them to your team. Well, Lindley, I don't really have a team. That's okay. If you truly are a solopreneur, maybe that isn't a good option for you, but maybe you have a contractor or a VA. My husband works with me. So one of my emails that I sent about 6 months after he started working with me was, hey, I can't believe I forgot to tell you this. Bennett's working with me now. Here we are, talking about Bennett. So think about ways that they can get to know anybody that they might interact with when they are consuming your content, when they are purchasing your low ticket products, when they are in your coaching program, et cetera, et cetera. So I mentioned this a second ago, but you can also tell them a story. And stories are super duper powerful because what they do is they kind of take the clinicalness, not a word, out of what you do and make it real and make it human, right? So when you are talking, it's not very exciting for a lot of people for me to talk about, copywriting. But if I can show the impact that my copywriting had on a business, or even better, on that business's customers, that's a win, right? So tell stories. They can be stories about you. They can be stories about your customers. They don't even have to do anything with you, really. You can tell. Have you ever heard that story about Michael Jordan, getting cut from his high school basketball team? Tell that story because if it relates to your purpose and your point of your email, it's still a valid story. Stories don't have to be yours to be true, right? They don't have to be your truth to still be true. Next, share a win that you've gotten for a client. This can be so awkward for us, right? I was born and raised in the South. We don't talk about ourselves. Did you notice how my accent got really, really strong there? How did that happen? Anyway, we don't talk about ourselves. We don't brag about ourselves, right? It's not something you do. But if you can focus on your client or your customer and position that as their win, then your participation in that win will come across too. So you don't have to feel icky about sharing success stories with your email list. It's important that they see that what you do makes an impact, and then they'll be more likely to do business with you. Tell them about a tool that you use to make your life or your business easier, right? Now, I'm not active on TikTok, y'all, not at all. But one of the videos that I've gotten the most response on my TikTok is me very expertly with my camera showing my laptop screen and how you can type into a Chrome browser doc.new and it will pull up a brand new Google Doc for you. I've had so many people go, that's amazing. I had no idea it would do that. I didn't either. I just shared it because I just learned it. But even something like that, it's not really related to what I do, but it was such a cool tip that I just had to share it, right? One of the other things, and you can do this, especially if you want to get into affiliate marketing, talk about the tools that you use and then add an affiliate link. So I might talk about Funnel Gorgeous Funnels, right? FG Funnels. That is the marketing platform that I use. I love it. I think it's amazing. And if I talk about that tool, I can give you an affiliate link, give someone an affiliate link, and I can benefit from that financially. I can get, a commission for them signing up through my affiliate link. That is truly passive income, folks. And it is a huge deal if you really start getting into email marketing and as your list grows, right? So think about that. Also, this kind of goes back to the new, but tell them something that you've learned recently that might help them. This doesn't have to be like a technical thing that you've learned. It could just be a realization that you've had, or something that maybe you knew before, but it just hit you in a different way, right? An observation about something. It could be something as simple as, hey, I know a lot of people use ring lights and they only record in daylight and stuff, but if you get the refresh daylight bulbs, you can record your YouTube videos at any time of the day and still look like it's, the middle of the day because of the bulbs. So that could be something really handy that you could share with them if that's something that your audience would find useful. Obviously, don't share everything with them. Share the stuff that they will find to be useful. And finally, and this is really, really cool. I love this idea. And I admit I have not done it, but you can send a semi-personalized video. Now, I don't mean like a cameo video where, somebody's actually like you're actually addressing them directly, because the bigger your list grows, the more impossible that becomes to scale. But even if you went out in your backyard and you picked up your phone and you said, hey, I'm so glad you've joined my email list. My goal is to share really interesting, effective information for you to be able to start and grow your email list. And stick around because I've got a new tip coming tomorrow. So I hope you'll check it out. See you later. Even if it's something generic, it still feels more personal because it feels like you just whipped out your phone and started talking, which you did. So think about doing stuff like that. Anywhere you can integrate video is going to be really powerful. Now, you can't embed the video on in an email marketing platform unless you did it like as a very, very short animated GIF. But you could put it on YouTube. You could even have it on, as an Instagram reel or something and just not show it in your feed, right? There's a lot of ways you could do that. But think about how you can make the experience of your subscriber feel as personal as possible, because the goal here is to develop relationships, right? And sharing your experiences, sharing your wins, sharing your knowledge with them is going to do that. So as you're building a list, good luck, keep at it. It is worth all the work, I promise. And if you want more tips on email marketing or YouTube or anything else related to digital marketing, make sure you hit that subscribe button, or that subscribe button, wherever it is, the little notification bell, make it ring, and like this video, and make sure you comment below. What is something that you like to email your list about to help build relationships? I'd love to hear your ideas. See you later.